Hey everyone, welcome back to the show. It's the Bandit, back here talking about some more silver coins. In today's video, we're going to be talking about the Morgan dollar. These are two 1890 cc Morgan dollars. This is considered a regular circulated coin. This piece here is what many, including myself, consider a pocket piece. I know for a fact this was a pocket piece. I know the gentleman that carried that coin around in his pocket for many years. And when he passed away, not only did I buy that pocket piece, but I also bought his silver dollar bar, which on top of the bar has silver coins inlaid in it. I know a lot of collectors probably be like, no, I love it just for the fact of the silver coins being in the bar top. And maybe if you comment down below, hit the like, I'll make another video on that bar. But to these coins, we're going to flip these over. You'll see the CC mint mark on the bottom of both these coins. You can pause and zoom in if you really want. But when you get the rim wear like this, what we considered natural wear on a coin, from being inside of a pocket, being carried around, it gets classed as a pocket piece, pocket wear, heavily circulated. If you were to grade this coin, it'd probably come in at like a good 4, maybe a hair higher than that. I would say good 4. You can comment down below, let me know what you think that would rate as. This one could be right on the edge of an unk. I don't think it's quite there. Probably has extra fine details. I'm by no way have I ever been employed as a coin grader. I've misgraded many coins in the past. I've sent off coins that I thought were going to grade higher and came back way lower than I've thought. And that's all part of the process of learning how to grade coins throughout the years. A lot of the coins I misgraded were in my 20s and 30s. And towards the late 30s age into my 40s, I start really honing in on my skills of grading. Before that, I really was just paying for the precious metal content of the coin. Coins I wanted, coins I thought were neat, rare specimens, stuff like that. And if you see my previous video, you'll see the fake coins that I have gotten in my collection that I've pulled out, that I've found over the years, using a simple bamboo stick like this and a coin holder to do the ping test. If you have any questions about these coins, please ask them down in the comments. Both these are very nice coins. Of course this one's going to be of value way more than this one. I don't have the gray sheet right in front of me, so I really don't even know what the 1890cc is going for, but I would assume this one's going to be $80 plus, because back in 2020 when the gentleman passed away, that's exactly what I paid for that coin, was $80. Now, for a normal Morgan without a CC mint mark on it, I would say I'm busting even on that coin today. Maybe even making $5-6 on that. Probably not going to be making the $5-6 because the dealer's going to take theirs out of that too. But let's say with the CC mark on there, the Pervy mint mark, I don't even think it's Pervy, it's just a mint mark. The CC mint mark on there, I would assume this coin would be valued well over $100, maybe $120, $130, without looking at the grade book. And then just looking at this coin, I would say it's going to have a well more value than the pocket piece. Yet again, I'm not even going to guess on the price amount, because Carson cities, once they get into a better state, they really start just flying up high on the price. Like here's the MS62. This is one that I sent in with all those cartwheels that you see around. I'm going to kind of see that little white color going around her face, back and forth. Those are the cartwheels. I really thought that this would have been a minimum of a 63. I was really hoping for 64, 65. 5-10 years from now, I might break that coin out of the case and resend it in, actually. I really think this is a beautiful coin. I know they grade the front and the back, so there's the back of it. There is the slight bag ding marks in this area of the coin right here, but it's not even that bad. I can hardly see it. In fact, I wouldn't even consider it's just normal. I mean, that's why I gave it a 64, 65, and not a 66. Is just because of the slight little ding marks on parts of the coin. But yeah, so this would be a totally uncirculated mint state Morgan. This would be right on the under edge of the unks into the extra fine, and this is what we'd be considering a good in the grading. This piece here I find more interesting than this piece here because of the story behind it and me knowing the story behind it. That's the problem with coins. Coins lose their stories if the person doesn't know the story that bought the coin. And every coin's got a story. Imagine the stories that are behind these coins. I know about 20 years, 25 years worth of stories behind this coin. Do you have a coin that you know the stories behind? The reason why the person carried it in his pocket? And to think back in the day, this coin was not that expensive. The gentleman that carried it, he just had a thing where he loved the CC history of the coin, like I do. I love the CC history, the limited amount of coins that were produced out of the CC Mint, Carson City Mint. Of course, the first coin I ever got from Carson City was a Morgan. And second coin I ever got out of the Carson City Mint was a dime. Seated Liberty dime. I got a couple of those in my collection too. They're fun little coins. And that actually blew my mind when I was a young kid. I had purchased a CC Morgan after my grandpa had showed me his one that he bought off the United States Mint that comes in the slab. I thought they were just a beautiful coin. I wanted the CC after he told me the story of it, and I went out to a coin show and I bought one very similar to this one. And in fact, I think I got it right here. I do have it right here. And I pointed at the wrong chord. It's very similar to this one here. And this is a 1879 CC. And like I said, I don't know right off the top of my head the values and stuff, but for some reason I'm thinking that the 1879 is one of the higher valued ones. Of all the Carson City Morgans out there, I am only missing, I believe, 3. 2 for sure. I think one of the 3 that I'm missing in the book I have, but it's just I don't want to take it out of the case that's in and put it inside of a Whitman book, so I'm leaving it in the case. And the other 2 are the highest ones out there, the highest priced ones out there, and I should have bought those back in the 90s, and I wish I would have. I wish I would have taken $1,000, $1,500 and bought that coin, because I believe today that coin's around $5,000. And that's what happens with Carson City. A lot of people were nervous back in the day that they weren't going to retain their value, the collector premium. And on a situation like today where silver is right over $110, just under $115, that these would just end up going for a scrap silver amount. I never thought that way. I always was a pessimistic one on that kind of thought pattern. Because of the history and the story behind it, people like that. They like that connection. Hence the reason why it's a pocket piece. Because people pull it out and they're like, hey, check this out. This is a Morgan dollar from 1890 and was minted in Carson City. Now you show that to somebody that don't know nothing about coins, and you start telling them the story behind the Carson City Mint, San Francisco Mint, Denver Mint, and the Philadelphia Mint. Oh yeah, let's not forget the New Orleans too. People get really interested in that because that's our history as a nation. And that's what we gotta remember. If we forget our history, we're doomed to repeat it, especially when making mistakes. I'm not a big fan of the new Morgan dollars that they're putting out with the curvy CC mint mark, but that's just my angle on it. I think that you shouldn't recreate the past to commemorate it, I guess you can say, especially same diameter, same weight, same everything. Only thing different is they put the 20, whatever it is, 2021, 2022, I can't even remember what year they started bringing out those Morgans, but Not a fan of them. Not a fan of them at all. That being said, I do have a couple of them in my collection, and I have yet to pick up a Carson City. I got a Denver and a Philly mint one in my collection. So maybe I'll, through the years here, I'll pick up some in the auction. I'll be keeping an eye on the Carson City newly minted Morgan dollars. I don't ever think they're going to have any extra value to them. Right now, they might have a little intrig- intriguing value, I guess you can say, to them because people are intrigued about them. They think they're neat. But let's face fact here, they weren't minted in the Carson City Mint. And there lies the issue. They do not contain American silver in those coins. Hence lies the problem. So I appreciate each and every one of you for stopping in. If you made it this far, don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe, comment down below what you think. Is there a certain coin out there that you really are drawn to? Like I'm drawn to the Morgan Carson City. And let's just keep it in the silver talk. I know there's a lot of gold coins and special gold mint marks out there that I'm drawn to. But hey, we're talking silver right now. And you gotta love being a silver collector. I know I've enjoyed it my whole life. Being 48 years old, I regret not one moment of my coin collecting. Even the two bad coins, these two fakes right here, they're not going to discourage me. They're in my collection for well over 10 years before I even discovered their fakes. I just discovered their fakes on the, what is it, the 27th of January, 2026. One day ago, I discovered their fakes. I had all the tools and everything. Sometimes you get that coin in through eBay and you look at it and you're just like, dang. You put it in the drawer and you're like, I don't think that's real, but someday we'll come across that again. And that's exactly what I did. I had my box full of coins that I've never tested, never weighed. There was a little bag from eBay and a bag from auctions and individual buying from people off the street, in the wild buying, as I call it. And to only find two out of the 8, 9 coins I bought out of eBay, I thought that was pretty good. And going through everything I bought in a while, I have come across not one bad coin, which is really great. But most of those coins were either peace dollars or Morgans. It's when you get into the specialty coins like your trade dollars or your 1 yen coin China dollars, the things that bring a high premium. Those are the ones you want to be very, very careful of. And also, when you're dealing with slabs too, don't be afraid to take that number right up here, punch that in under MGC, and figure out if it's coming back as a MS62 1880 CC $1. Buy the coin, people. Don't buy the holder. Always buy the coin. Don't buy the story either. That's with anything collecting. As a person that sells things, especially collectibles, when you have a story with them, a provenance, somebody with clout that owned that, somebody with a history, famous, it really does bring up the value because you have the story along with it. And now, if you can document and prove that story, there you got something. But when someone's just telling you a story like I'm talking to you now, not providing any proof, um, take it with a grain of salt. Unless they can have documentation to prove the story, it's just a story. So, yet again, thank you very much, everyone, for sticking around, listening to me ramble about my favorite hobby in the world, which is collecting silver, which also leads into metal detecting, the top 2 best hobbies ever. And I'm so glad my grandparents got me involved in that, and I did not get involved in all the negative, bad things in life. And remember, nothing starts big. Everything starts small and becomes big. And why not do it with your coin collection, with your investing, instead of problems? Don't let the small problems become big in your life. Let the good things start out small in your life and turn out to be big. Till the next one, you have a great one. And again, don't forget to hit that subscribe and like and comment down below. Take care, have a great day, and happy hunting out there in the coin world.